Daniel wanted me to collapse watching all that energy, and it reminded me of someone.
Oh, he was also in the video.
Oh, are you joking?
Of course. Of course.
Elijah Daniel, also known as Omo Majemo. By the way, Majemo, I found out means covenant.
So not covenant.
Elijah is the covenant child. And he's a Nigerian gospel singer and songwriter renowned for his exceptional vocal prowess and dynamic performances. Good morning, Elijah.
Good morning, Ma.
And thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
So, that video right there, I'm sure you know the person we're talking about.
Yes, Ma.
So how come you were all in the same video, jumping all over the place and making us sweat, just watching you?
Somebody else you should add. What's that boy's name? Bidemi.
Bidemi was there too.
I didn't see him, but it's not impossible.
How did you all get yourselves together to make this video?
Okay, I actually called for them. You know,
he was also in the video.
No, Mike Abdo and Testimony Jaga, because I was like, I need that energy that can match my hood, and Mike Abdo is like a senior, a mentor, you know, Oga, father. So I have to just plead with him and, you know, tell him, oh, please, sir, I want you on this. And he accepted to do it with me. So, and it came out really nice. So people keep talking about the energy. Till tomorrow, the energy we put together and the effort and everything. So the video from A to Z, the energy is unmatched.
How did you achieve filming on the street?
I'm
not going to ask you what street that is.
Okay, it's the work of the video director. Yeah, he had
Were you actually on the street, or that was?
Yes, it was on the street. So people were passing by, cars, everyone were, you know, watching, and they found it quite interesting to, you know, to watch, and everyone was anticipating. Oh, we can't wait to see this. We can't wait to watch. So.
Wait, that must have been some street in Lagos. Because I don't know how many other cities in Nigeria have yellow boxes.
It's Lagos on the highland, actually.
Lagos Island.
Yeah, but then people that watched it from overseas were like, this is not Nigeria, this is not Lagos. Because I think it gave them like another look entirely. So
we thank them very much. This is Lagos.
This is Lagos.
We own our
Lagos. Our own Lagos.
Yes.
Lagos Island.
It's silent. No, don't let me. Just say it.
Okay. I think it's Broad Street. Because there's a building there that I think I recognize.
Don't advertise that place before other people will go and spoil the place.
Yes, sir.
How's it been?
It's been fine, and it's been challenging, but through it all, we thank God.
There is a question that Alera is going to ask you. So let me ask you on her behalf.
Okay, sir.
You are a distinguished Nigerian gospel singer, songwriter, renowned for your exceptional vocal prowess and dynamic performances. But you studied entrepreneurial and business management at National University of Nigeria. Who met who lost who?
Actually, singing has been part of me right from, you know, childhood growing up, and it's my passion. But you know, we have to go to school, we have to be educated, you know, we have to learn. But then when I was in primary school, I always have it in mind, I want to become a banker, I want to be a businessman, you know. But
no wonder you shot your video.
Yes.
No wonder you shot your video on Wall Street.
Because I love the sound I hear when I see bankers, you know, walking, and the sound of their shoes. just cook. Then, so that alone inspires me to like, oh, I need to go to school, I need to become a banker. So from time it has been on my mind that, okay, anything pertaining business, I want to work in a financial firm. But then as we have it, I find myself carrying the mic from one place to another.
Okay. So whom did you have to convince? Whom did you have to convince that you want to do music and not work in the bank?
I would say my dad.
He's always the dad.
I say my dad because I know back then my dad wouldn't allow me to even go out for rehearsals. He'd be like, it is late. He walk up to my mom and tell my mom to tell me not to go out. But now my dad is one of my biggest fans.
What's your dad's favorite kind of music?
Sonny Ade, Obey.
Oh, no wonder. No wonder. So you're saying essentially that one way or the other, your dad's interest in music could have influenced certain elements of your music.
Yes.
How?
Yes. Okay. While I was younger, like I said, if he had actually really supported me, when I started then, it would have been way much better, back then. But, I received beating instead, So whenever he hears me singing, he just tell me, you're shouting, you're making noise. Bah, bah, stop. And my mom would be like, no, F your moile, leave him, this and that, But I wish he has actually really embraced that and even become my manager back then, it would have been,
Easy for you to say. Daddy had engineer friends whose children are engineers and doctors and lawyers. And you now want to be gay. What's that Yoruba word for music? And so, but at what point did the tide now begin to turn?
Okay,
in his interest in your music?
When
after you got your degree,
yeah, when he started seeing me, on some big platforms, seeing me sing for, the governors, entering into some high places that, he himself couldn't have imagined that, I'll get, him going out and people recognizing him as my dad, giving him due respect and honor, all that. So it was.
it no longer was. So Omotanie.
Yeah.
Babatanie. Whose father are you?
Even in church.
So you're riding on your son's face.
Exactly.
Right
so
on.
Even in church, the respect, the accolades they give to him, he's not a pastor in church, but when they recognize him, the ovation is always, very much, and I think he's enjoying that and he's happy. He's a proud father.
Why Omomajemu?
Okay, Omomajemu is a name given to me by God through a man of God. I just finished singing in the church that very day, and it was so powerful in God's presence, and the pastor had to call me to his office and tell me the first word that came out from his mouth. He looked at me. He said, do you know you are a covenant child? He said it in Yoruba. He said, so that's the meaning. Do you know you're a covenant child? And that word just stick into my head, like a covenant child. Tried to make my research about it, and
yes. And what did you find out? What did he actually mean by that?
Yeah, like God has made a covenant with me, to actually sing His praise to people. Through that, people get healings and deliverances. People get liberated. People are always joyful. Some people call me a joy giver. When I sing, people just find that joy. That is the covenant that God has made with me. That Elijah Daniel, this is it. You be a joy giver. You will liberate souls. Through this music of a thing, and it has happened several times. Then actually, someone was actually there when my pastor was telling me that I'm a covenant child. So it was that person that stepped out and started announcing it all over. He's now a covenant child. He's a covenant child. He's a covenant child. He's a covenant child. So from there, everyone started calling me covenant child or Mama Jim.
Now, why the choice of the... Okay, maybe I should ask you first of all, how many genres of music do you usually instill in your music? I have heard all shades of Fuji in that, and I have also heard I smelled some KSA juju in that, including in your guitar works. Don't worry, I know. I can tell. So what are why the choices of those?
I think even me myself, I actually don't know. I just saw myself in that route. At times people will call me that, do you know you have King Sunny Ade's vibe? And trust me, during all this time, I've never sat down to watch King Sunny Ade. And I go out, people will tell me I have his kind of vibe, I have his kind of energy. Whenever I go out to sing it, they'll tell me, you remember me of someone? I was like, who? You remind me of someone? I was like, who? They would tell me King Sunny Ade. I'll be like, wow, really? So it was there, I sat down and I started watching him, and and I feel people really welcome, that vibe. So most of the time I just attach it to my music, and I do contemporary songs too. One thing about me is versatility. I'm very versatile when it comes to gospel music. I can go into the Igbo space, Ariaria, Edo space.
Do you speak Igbo?
I sing in Igbo language.
Oh, you sing in Igbo language. You speak in Bini language, Bini?
No, I sing in...
Sorry, you sing?
Yeah, I sing, yeah, but I can't speak this language. But when I sing, people think, oh...
But you understand what you're saying?
Exactly, I understand, yes, ma'am. So I make sure I balance everything, At times, when I find myself in some gatherings, they'll tell me they don't want Yoruba song. They just want pure English. Maybe when I travel to London or so, and I have to do it. So because I've always equipped myself and rehearsed, with all that, and it has really helped me a lot. So I purposely did not want to stay on just one genre of music. So I love, mixing it.
So tell us. It seems that gospel music is now moving from the gospel music that we knew. Because gospel music of old was not danceable music. Am I correct?
It was very holy.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. It was very holy.
It's still holy, ma'am.
Now it's very street. Because you are all on the streets jumping and dancing. And actually, gospel music can now be played in a discotheque. How did we get here?
Okay, I'll say, you said gospel music is now on the street. Okay, gospel music being on the street has also won so many souls. Let's take that, because we do street praise, street gospel, carnival, and from there, when we sing, people get attracted, people get blessed, and they just surrender everything to God. From there, we've won souls. What I found out is all gospel artists will not sing in the church, inside the church, the four corners of the church. Some of us are sent to the street. So we have to communicate in the street language that they will understand, to bring them closer to God, to the gospel. So we have to go into the street.
So you are evangelizing?
Yes, ma'am.
Exactly.
So everybody will know, because if everybody sing from the church, if everybody sing inside the church, nobody will. Yeah, it's just going to be for people in the church. But when we go outside, that's why we found so many programs on the streets this day, aside from crusade, revival, gospel music ministers are also doing a lot, going out to markets, places to, you know, sing the gospel. And from there, people give their life to Christ. They win souls, and, you know, it's different from, you know, from early days, let me put it that way, you know. And I'm so sure, even if like our Mama Bolare, a gospel legendary, if she is to be at this, you know, century, like this generation, if it should be like Gen Z generation that we have now, Mama will also carry body, to be sincere. yes, Mama will carry body for God. Yes, so I think it is time, you know, and season. But trust me, ma'am, we are still communicating to the world through our music on the street, and people are getting saved. I can assure you.
Now, how about this? So, there are many people who want to get into music, whether it's gospel, secular, whatever. What was were your entry-level challenges? And what did you have to do?
Okay, my entry-level challenges, while I was about starting, then like going fully into it, I was actually scared because I'm not close to anybody there, you know, but I just remained focused. So one of my challenges, financial constraint, like constraints, you not being able to afford studio fee, you not getting events, you know. There was a time I trekked from Mafoluku to Abulegba.
Wow.
Yes, with my team back then, you know. We trekked from Mafoluku, you know, Shodi to Abulegba.
You passed through.
Yes, sir. Exactly. We trekked. So all
by vehicle is about 30 minutes.
Yes, so we had to trek. As we were trekking, we were drinking water from the church we went to.
She'll be very happy to hear that.
So that church we went to back then, they didn't give us anything. They only gave us pop-off and, you know, pure water. You know, that was what we...
They give you what?
Pop-off. Yes, and pure water.
So that you can use it to have energy.
Yeah, that was
to
what
walk
sustained us from that church back to our
You
house.
walked back?
Yes, ma'am. While we were going, we contributed money, like, we want to go and sing in so church, and we got a vehicle that took us down to the church. So after the whole singing and everything, we expected them to give us money for transport or something, but we were filled, so we had to trek with our leg. So those are one of the challenges, you know, that, you know.
Should I say Mr. Dr. Elijah Daniels? Thank you so much for your time today.
Welcome, sir.
Also known as Omo Majemu.
Yes, sir.
You a gospel music, a singer, songwriter, renowned for your exceptional vocal prowess and dynamic performances. Thank you so
energetic
much.
moves.
And thank you so much for your time today, and we wish you all the best.
Thank you, Elijah. That rounds up Sunrise for today, the 15th of March, 2025. And just before we go, a shout out to Dr. Tony Marino. Thank you very much for always watching Sunrise and calling sometimes to tell us your observations.
Just in case you haven't had your cocoa, it's not too late. I'm Ayo Makinde. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend.
Alero Idu saying, see you next week. Bye.